Small business is about courage, risk-taking, independence, and we small business owners are survivors. Everybody has an idea for a business, but how do you take that idea from mind to market? This is the place to learn.
Small Business School.
It's a new kind of school. Together we'll learn about business from the inside out, from the people who've done it. We'll meet the men and women who are today's pioneers and quiet heroes. Their lives are the textbooks. Our classroom is the world.
Small Business School is made possible by support from the United States Postal Service, delivering the promise to America's 23 million small and growing businesses. There's no wait at the post office in your own office. USPS.com is waiting for you. And by Microsoft.
We see you building a new company from an old company. We see a business full of potential. We're inspired to create software that helps you reach it.
Hi, I'm Hattie Bryant. How does a person learn to make a Reuben sandwich? Mark Katz learned from his father, but he left the family deli business in New York City and put every penny he had into buying a building on 6th Street in Austin, Texas. Why? Because he wanted to do his own thing, start from scratch. In our master class today, you will learn from a veteran, and you'll probably be surprised at some of his advice.
This is your town. Has anybody ever called you the unofficial mayor of Austin?
I've been called a lot of things. That's one of the nicer ones.
It seems everybody in Austin knows Mark Katz. As he takes me for a spin in his yellow Cadillac, it's obvious there's a lot of affection for this man who has created one of Austin's institutions. Those women love this car.
Yes.
They were giving you a thumbs up.
Right. That's very common. I never get used to it. I just love it.
Katz Deli has been on this corner for 20 years, and as his saying goes, Katz never closes.
From 10 to 2, this area is wall-to-wall people.
And then at 2
o'clock... And then at 2
o'clock,
o'clock, by law, they all stop selling alcohol and clothes.
and then they come
But
to
Katz's never closes. So we're open, and that's one of our busiest. Our graveyard shift accounts for about half our business, and it's only a third of the hours.
With nearly 100 employees, Katz will see $5 million in sales this year. It serves up New York kosher-style deli food 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, then opens every evening upstairs and adds live entertainment to its nightly fare.
Please.
Yes.
You know we do that.
Yes, I just left the Driscoll Hotel and I told my friend I'm going to Top of the Mark in London Tango.
All right. You go, girl. We'll be here. I was born in the restaurant and entertainment business, and this is just a natural progression.
Great. We're digging into the best item on the menu, the cheese stuffed potato.
Oh, you got that right. Cool.
No doubt.
Glad you're here. Enjoy. I had points in my life when I thought I was going to leave the hospitality industry, but I always came back to it.
What do you think kept drawing you back? Just the excitement, the familiarity, your
All
father
of
did
the
it, your
above.
grandfather did it?
It's where my pride lies. It's what I know. It's what I love. It was bred into me. And it's also where my expertise lie. It's like a whole different place for me. That just has a lot of memory and I just love it. I just love the kitchen.
What business do you think you're in? I mean, you don't just make sandwiches.
Oh, gosh, no. I'm in the people business. This is about what people do. We provide a lot of hospitality to people. And we serve great food and we have great music. But that's not why we're successful. That's like an added attraction. That's a bonus that put us from a level of success to something so far beyond anything I could have ever imagined. And it's because we are perceived with quality, we're perceived as a good member of the community, we're perceived with integrity, we're perceived as being philanthropic, we're perceived as caring, we're perceived as wanting you here. The way I could personalize our theory of hospitality is for me to say to you, I am glad you're here. How y'all doing? Did you know our hours? Did you know we never close?
The hours that are like 26 hours.
Just checking.
8 days a week.
So this is beyond putting food in somebody's stomach.
Way beyond. Way beyond. We leave that to the fast food. And we leave that to the chains. This is individual signature restaurant. This is the Katz family welcoming you to dance with us, to dine with us, to drink with us, to laugh with us, to celebrate with us. We're inviting you to the Katz establishment.
Do you come here because of the
I
personality?
drank here with Willie Nelson one time.
You drank here with
Yes.
Willie Nelson?
Simbacas.
Up in the bar upstairs?
Oh, no, right here.
Right here.
Sambaka with
10
the coffee
years
beans.
So are you saying that,
He was just
everybody
an
comes
assistant.
here?
I would
would
say
think
that
so.
this is the mecca for the important people
Ever.
in Austin.
You'd send all your friends?
Yeah. They all come. Highly recommend it.
Great.
How you all doing tonight? This business is an extension of the Katz family.
Very glad you're here. Thanks. Enjoy.
My father taught me this business. He learned it from his father. Now remember also we're talking kosher here. There's religious meaning to what we do. There's religious knowledge. The kosher butcher has a place in the Jewish society.
And you are one?
I am a kosher butcher by trade.
Okay.
My father was a great success in this business. My father was my idol. The greatest thing my father ever did is the greatest thing I ever did was be a successful restaurateur.
Roll the clock back for me. What did it look 20 years ago when you opened the door? Did you buy the building? Did you rent? Did you
We
know?
bought the building with the last dime we had.
What do you mean? You sold your house in New York and brought your little...
Borrowed family money. My partner at the time, my brother-in-law, borrowed from his mother the money to open this restaurant. We negotiated with somebody who's now a very dear friend of mine, and the reason that the building came for sale was he had 3 restaurants in here before, and he was tired of people going broke, stealing all his equipment, et cetera, et cetera. I convinced him that this building needed to be sold. I was selling Fords down the street, and I used to eat lunch here, and I knew this was an incredible location, and I knew the reason it wasn't working was not because of its location. So, and it had been closed for a year when we started negotiating the sale. We put every nickel he had and I had together into buying this building. I think a lot of the growth here has been because it's mine. And I'm willing to constantly upgrade my own property.
Right, so it's a control, a managing of the bottom line by owning the location.
Right. We own 2 office buildings within walking distance of Katz's, and they were bought for parking for Katz's.
But you also lease the space to other people.
Well, what the
Hey.
heck? As long as it's there, the property is there, the doors have locks, there's people in there. But the primary concern we have is the type of tenant we look for is somebody that's not going to use a lot of parking.
You're in the entertainment business.
Right.
Are all these, do you, in your mind, see these as revenue streams?
They're all together. They're all interdependent. What we have here is a kosher-style marina, where each little segment, if you're in a marina, to me, is easier to depict. It's more simple. You have the boats, but you sell them the worms, you rent the space, you sell them the gasoline. You have all the things that go around, that evolve around it. We do the entire package here, from start to finish. And each one of our little companies exist because, yes, they're income streams, but
helps the other one.
they can afford not to make money. Each one can afford not to because they generate enough money for the other one. People come to top of the mark, and while they're at top of the mark, they just might have dinner with me.
They might have a glass of beer.
Right, and a dinner, or they might even buy a T-shirt. By the way, I can't help it, I gotta tell you, T-shirts have a lifetime guarantee. Anything you buy that has a Katz's logo on it has a lifetime guarantee.
Anything. One is our boxers, and as you can see, we never close, right on the fly.
And I plagiarized, to a certain extent, the Good Housekeeping seal of approval, made it look like the Deli seal of approval. And it says on there, everything you buy from us has a little insignia on it. It says a lifetime guarantee. And see, what that does is, it gets people talking about the place. They show the little insignia to somebody else. it gives the place customer responsibility. It seems like we're really here.
But it's outrageous to tell somebody their T-shirt's going to last forever.
And I can't wait till they bring. We sell the disposable cigarette lighters with a lifetime guarantee. I only want them to come back. I only want to gladly give them another one. I mean, for the price of a lighter, I have somebody coming back in.
You buy one, you get the rest of them
forever.
For
Just bring
free.
back another one. Bring it back out of fuel. Bring back the T-shirt you don't like the style. It faded. You washed it with your wife's pink underwear. Any reason there is you don't like it, we're going to give you another one. Your pen runs out of ink. You break the mug you buy for me, I'm going to give you another mug.
All right, now, have you put the pencil to this? Is this working?
My gut tells me, and my intuition tells me I keep what I have by giving it away. It's the only way for a signature restaurant to grow.
You keep what you have by giving
it away. No question.
Okay.
That's the source of growth for this company.
All right, do you think that too many business owners are stingy, selfish, scared, close to the vest?
Small business. I see that with small business. I really have very few original thoughts. I'm one of the greatest plagiarizers I know.
Is that right?
And I see what the big companies do. And I see, for example, I see here in town Dell, or I see IBM, or I see McDonald's. I see how wonderful they are to the community. I see Motorola. I see how wonderful they are to the community. I see Merrill Lynch. They're giving it away. They're not giving it away because they're stupid. They're not giving it away because they have too much. They're giving it away because it's good business.
Okay.
And everybody benefits. Who receives benefits, I benefit, everybody benefits.
So give them a piece of advice. What are some ideas that they need to move on, go forward on, try?
My basic, where I start from is, if I had a choice to eat with a friend or eat with a stranger, I'm going to eat with a friend. I try to be that friend. And a friend can't be false. Friend, by definition, is somebody who's sincere. If there's something I really like, and I really find the need for, I get involved in it. And I have this company give and give and give in every way we possibly can. And it comes back to me, not immediately, but eventually it comes back to me.
Mark says you keep what you have by giving it away. All of us expect to earn profits from our businesses and to enjoy the fruits of our labor. We may think the bottom line is managed by increasing sales and controlling costs, but that is only partly true. When we're small, we're usually afraid to be generous because we need every penny to fund our growth. Mark says his commitment to charities has taught him giving pays. He points out that he does not model himself as much after small business owners his size, but after big business. Why do you think big corporations have foundations and give millions away through many programs, from matching employee donations to paying for the T-shirts worn by Little Leaguers? The mayor of Austin says he cannot imagine Austin without the involvement of Mark Katz in the community. Mark has organized fundraising benefits that have helped to raise thousands of dollars for a variety of community organizations, such as the Hospice of Austin, KUT Public Radio, Pediatric AIDS League, Diverse Arts, and more. Want your business to grow? Find ways to give yourself and your services away. Take action to be a catalyst for good. As Mark says, you keep what you have by giving it away. To read the entire script of this program, go to smallbusinessschool.org.
If you took a survey of the great restaurants in America and asked the head chef what guy would he, if you asked him at 5 in the afternoon, the person he'd least like to see leave that day, it would be the dishwasher. It's the hardest job. It's the job you can't operate without. It's critical. And it is amazing to me how many of those people that is their profession that don't get treated right. It's so typical to go to an association meeting and people complain about the quality of their dishwashers. And I can always go back to them with, you know what, tell me, I think some of the guys that work for you used to work for me, what are their names? And it's a baited question, and they go, how the hell should I know? They're not gonna be there long enough. And there's your answer. That guy washing dishes is no less a person than the guy you have doing PR for you at the other end of the scale. I mean, you have to know and respect everybody in the operation, or they're not going to respect you.
How do you spread yourself that thin, though? Now you have 100 employees.
It's just naturally what you do if you care for somebody or like them or appreciate them. It's just what you do.
And I expect a certain thing, and I, as a customer, my expectation is ready. I mean, I come here, and you give me that great food, but you give me so much more.
It's the total picture.
It's the package.
The business is a business of details, where if you as the guest notice the details, we didn't take care of it. That's what makes a restaurant versus a place to eat. If the salt shaker is greasy or not full, you're gonna notice it. If it's clean and full, you don't even see it. That's one of them. If I do everything right, ambiance, cleanliness, staff training, right people, advertising, and everything, and my coffee's burnt, and it's the last thing you have, and you leave here and you burnt taste, I'm not a restaurant. It's all those details.
This has something to do with the way you dress as well.
Absolutely. I dress very, very carefully when I come to work. See, when I started in this business, the first day I showed up for my summer job when I was 16, I was wearing a tie. And my father said, "Nice tie. It's going to get stuck in the disposal." When I come into my establishment, is the most carefully I dress out of anything I do. And the reasons are multi. But one is, I want the guest to know that this is big time for me. This is it. This is the most important thing I'm going to do, is see you come in here.
You have respect for them.
It's a big event.
You have respect for the customer.
Right. I'm trying to show them the respect. I'm trying to show them how important this is. I got dressed up because you're coming in to eat. It's a big day to me.
Glad you're here. Thank you.
I never say to anybody, "Why are you here?" I say, "Glad you're here."
Exactly.
And if people ask me if they should have lunch, I even know a guy, a barber, that tells me I need a haircut. So you know I'm telling people it's time to eat.
Oh, gosh.
Times have changed, but there's still certain basic one-on-one human relationships. The first marketing I did for this restaurant, now remember, these are different times. I don't do this anymore.
This was 20 years
This
ago.
is a disclaimer.
Okay.
But I would take in my car, the little bottles of whiskey that you get on a plane, about that size bottle of whiskey, and I drive around from hotel to hotel and have a drink with the bellman. And say, "Look, send me some business, and tell them they sent you, tell them, So I'd go back the next day, and Bill, the bellman over at the Driscoll, sent somebody. I'd go back, "Bill, have a couple of drinks on me. Thanks a lot." That was great. That was my first marketing.
We give these to the hotels. When they send us business, a concierge sends us business, we keep track of it. We go back and reward these people with deli dollars.
So the people that send you customers, you give them a nice
Right.
gift.
And this way they get to come back and enjoy, what Katz's and see what it's like again, and they send more people.
I think probably being able to admit my weaknesses and my mistakes is one of the reasons I've had the success I've been able to enjoy. You can pretty much know what you can't do by what you don't like.
Ah, is it that easy?
It is for me. I'm going to be good at something I like. And I can't really force myself to be good at something I don't like.
We started to talk about Katz never closes, and when that phrase became a part of your life. I mean, you say, "Hi, my name's Mark Katz, Katz never closes." It's like one sentence.
Right.
And you've developed that over time.
I came to the awareness that, okay, we're getting busy enough where we're cooking around the clock, because we had a prep around the clock to keep the restaurant going. So as long as people are here, why don't we just stick a waiter in the front? As long as the chef's here, if somebody comes in for a corned beef sandwich, "Hey, chef, give me a corned beef sandwich." All it cost me is the lights.
Right.
Well, before we knew it, 4 a.m. was a big deal anyway in this town. To be open till 4 a.m., we were the only restaurant open till 4 a.m.
Nobody else was.
Nobody else was
And
open.
you really brought that from New York.
We rocked.
Don't you think you brought that from New
Delis
York?
is where people go after they've been drinking in New York. So it was, I assumed we're downtown, we got a deli, the bars are here, let's open. And it worked right away. I thought life began at midnight.
3 years ago, you went to Florida for 2 years, and you went to Mexico for a year.
Right.
Why did you do that? Why did you leave?
I was burnt. The business had taken its toll on me. Addiction had run over me.
Addiction had run over you.
I had been emotionally overrun. I was at my end. I was set up for a nervous breakdown.
How'd you know that? Did you just feel exhausted all the time?
No, everybody told me.
Your family told you?
Right, family and loved ones told me. That's it.
They just said, you're not going to work anymore?
No, you're out of here.
They kicked you out of your
Go
own
get help.
place?
Kicked me out. I was in rehabilitation for 14 straight months, and it took every minute of it. And I think my life is going to be spent in rehabilitation now. My entire premise in life is to not use drugs and help other people.
Okay.
And that's how I keep myself clean, is by helping other people.
So your family said, stop, you're not going to work anymore, you're going to fix this
We
problem.
got a bed waiting for you in a treatment center in California. It's the biggest gift anybody ever gave me. It allowed me this freedom that I have today, that I'm here because I want to be. And you know what? I don't have to be. Yeah. But I sure want to be.
How you been?
Good, buddy. How you been?
Great.
The night we were at the bar and club, the Top of the Mark, it was packed with fans of the Austin band, Duck Soup. Was it like a whole different industry? This is a bar, this is live entertainment. That's different from a deli.
See, I didn't know that when I did it. I thought, just like the lady with the spaghetti sauce, I know how to bring food to a table, I know how to run a nightclub. I've been in enough nightclubs, I drank enough booze, I've listened to enough music, I'm a nightclub owner. And I wasn't. I love the environment. I love the nightclub.
Right.
I love the bar.
It's celebrated.
I love the stage. I love the music. Yeah. I love being the club owner.
But a lot of people have never had that experience. I've never had that experience. I wasn't born into it. What does it take to run a business?
I think that you have to be able to lead with air as your credentials to start out with.
Air.
You have no real credentials when you start out. There is no slack. The staff's cutting you no slack. They can make money somewhere else. You have to motivate them to listen to your school of thought, and you have no track history. Now when I talk to somebody and they're coming in and they know of me or who I am or I have the certain presence, I get listened to more. But in the beginning, it just takes a certain amount of being able to pull it out of the hat from your own internal strength and belief and discipline that you're right, so you can get somebody else to do it.
Is that it, belief? In other words, if you believe that you're making the best kosher-style sandwich
Right.
west of the Hudson,
Right.
then they'll believe it too?
No question. When I say I'm going to do whatever it takes to get your business, they know it, because I mean it.
And that's what it takes.
That's what it takes for me to be successful. If you got to look good and you got to smile and you got to be ready. And you got to treat everybody like we're here because we knew you were coming. Don't shut off my water. Don't tell me the electricity went out because the city had a power outage. There were times when the Katz's never closes, and we got a lot at stake at that. We lost our power. The whole neighborhood lost their power. We drove cars up on the sidewalk and beamed their headlights into the dining room, so we never close. I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm going to put money in the meter. I'm going to run around a special event center. I'm going to go to meetings. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make sure if it's right. If it's not right, I'm going to be humble, and I'm going to change it, and I'm going to do whatever it takes. And I'm going to stand here, and I'm going to work for it. And I'm tough. Running a business is not for wimps. It takes some muscle.
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today.
Advice on ordering a deli sandwich includes?
Well, the first criteria, if they have white bread, they're out of the question. The next question would be, do you put mayo on the sandwiches? And if they say yes, order something else. Get the burger. This is my lust. This is beyond like. This is a life. Corned beef is my life. I live and breathe.
Mark Katz, folks. What'd I tell you? He's been practicing.
In this program, you saw customer service at its finest. You don't have a business if you don't have a customer, and the best businesses find ways to surprise, please, and bowl their customers over. We have studied many companies who, like Mark, have figured out how to please customers. For over a decade, Gary Walls of Trailblazer Foods has kept his original customers happy with jams and jellies. At Ping Golf, every product is custom fit to the customer, and well into her 80s, Ebby Halliday sells more real estate than almost anyone else in the country by tying a bow on every transaction. Study these business owners at smallbusinessschool.org. You'll find streaming video, transcripts, and study guides. And remember, Mark's philosophy is you keep what you have by giving it away. We'll see you next time.
Small Business School is made possible by support from the United States Postal Service, delivering the promise to America's 23 million small and growing businesses. There's no wait at the post office in your own office. USPS.com is waiting for you. And by Microsoft.
We see you building a new company from an old company. We see a business full of potential. We're inspired to create software that helps you reach it.
If you want to learn more about starting, running, and growing a business, come to our website, smallbusinessschool.org. There's streaming video and interactive study guides. The only way we can compete with big business is to be faster, smarter, and better. We are the engine of the American economy. We create the jobs. Small business is about big commitment. It's about sacrifice and struggle. But we do it because we say, if I don't do this, my life won't be complete.